Right guys, welcome back to the channel and to this product review video. I got in touch with Systema Gaming. They do some absolutely fantastic laser cut terrain, and you may actually recognise some of it when I start to go through it. But I got in touch with them. They sent me a couple of things over, and I'm basically here to open them up, get my first impressions, depending on the complexity, possibly build them on camera. So what have I getting? Well, first of all, we've got some boxes and containers. It looks as though there's 3 big ones and a handful of smaller ones in there as well. Without opening it up, I can't really see the details on it apart from down the edge here, but it looks as though there is some details lasered onto it. So we'll have a look at that shortly, but what else have we got? We've got a control tower, very 40k based. A lot of this terrain I think is aimed sort of more sci-fi-ish, so very Necromunda, Infinity style. But I think this will go quite well with the urban mat that I've got from Urban Mats. So this is a control tower, reminds us very much of kind of like a Mass Effect outpost if you played the Mass Effect games on Xbox. But again, it doesn't look like there's too many parts. Lots of detail here in the pillars as well. So we'll have a look at that one as well. We've got a helipad. I'm looking forward to building this one. I don't think it's quite as big as the Sky Shield. I think that's about the width of it. So I don't think it could be used as a Sky Shield. But still very, very interesting, and something that I kind of really want to get on. The only helipad I've got is the elf one, and the homemade one that you may have seen in some older battle reports. So again, this is something I'm quite interested in getting built up. It might look quite nice with a tank on there, or a squadron of land speeders or something. The other one, which is the one that you're probably going to recognise, is the laser fence. Mini Wargaming use this and they have it in orange, but they asked me what colour I wanted it in and I said blue. So I've getting blue, and I'm going to use this as an Aegis defence line, I think, for me Necrons. So they've actually sent us over the full kit. They've sent us the power generators, a couple of extra of the laser fences themselves, and the actual laser fence full pack. So let's open them up and let's have a look and see what they are like inside. So let's have a look at the helipad first. I'm going to get this opened up. It all comes nicely sealed. Be very careful when you're using a Stanley knife. You always want to cut away from yourself. Kind of goes without saying, health and safety, but if you're not used to using a knife, please be very, very careful with it. So let's have a quick look. Where's the instructions gone? I've just dropped them. Right, so the only thing I would say is there is no instructions on the paper. However, you can go to systemagaming.com to get the instructions there. I don't think these are going to be too hard to build, so I'm just going to have a quick go of them, see how they turn out. The first thing I noticed is they're not particularly easy to pop out, but I suppose that's the idea. I thought they might have popped out, but no. So there you go. If you're just very careful, you can kind of score the edges there. And pop them out. There we go. Might also be worth giving them a quick clean with your Stanley knife. Cool. Right, these ones look a little bit more complex, so I'm gonna go away and actually cut these out, and I'll come back actually with all of them built. It is nice that they are quite firm in there, but I'm a little bit concerned that basically you're going to need to be careful with these pieces. There is the notches, in particular the grooves around here. I don't want to cut them on the black surface because that's actually one of my gamer mats turned upside down. So I'm going to go away, I'll get these built, and we'll come back with them built. Right guys, so welcome back. It's took me about a week I think to build this. I've had a lot of other things ongoing in the meantime, and this isn't even everything that Systema Gaming have sent me. So let's have a quick look at what we've got. We've got some laser fence and a generator there. I did get quite a bit more laser fence, but I haven't actually built it up yet. We got the landing pad here. We've got the boxes and containers, and we've got the command tower as well. So if we just have a closer look at the laser fences, they do them in a whole host of different colours, and like I said, I've got a lot more. One of the packs comes with 5 large pieces like this, and they've got like the holes on the side with the little nodules there, and you push them together like that. So I've got 4 here, I've got 1 next to us, but then there's another pack which has another 5 big ones like this, some corner pieces, and 5 little ones as well. They're actually quite tall. You may have seen these ones in Mini Wargame, but in orange. They're about as tall as a Space Marine, maybe slightly taller. So you know, if you depending on how you're playing your game, you know, with cover or line of sight or whatever. The dreadnought behind there, you know, you're still going to be able to see over it. The acrylic actually just comes straight out like that, so if you want to use them, or if you don't want to use them with the actual lasers in, the detail that's cut into them is really nice. You've still got all of the print in the center here, and is actually quite embossed as well, so if you were to paint these up, you know, you're still going to see that through. These ones are actually quite easy to build. It's basically the bottom strip and 4 pieces on either side, and slot the acrylic in. And like I said, they do these in different colours. I opted for it's actually blue. I don't know if you can tell, as I wanted to use them for my Necrons mainly. So I'm really impressed with that laser fence. I'm looking forward to using that one in some of the games. We've then got these containers here. They're quite tall, as you can see, about the height of the dreadnought, and obviously line of sight blocking for probably most vehicles as well. I was sent the entire crate container box, and you get 3 of these giant ones which are actually interlocking, and as you can see, that's quite high. I mean, personally I probably wouldn't put them that high in any of my games, but certainly 2. But you've got all the logos on the front. You've got a Systema Gaming one, System Industries, and so forth on there. These ones again, really nice to put together and really sturdy. You've got plenty of detail when the camera refocuses. And there you've got plenty of detail on the sides and everything there. Yeah, I like these a lot, and to be honest, I think these are going to be quite nice when painted up. I don't know whether to go kind of reds and blues, or stick with sort of silvers and rusty. But yeah, let us know what you think about these and what colour you think I should paint them up in. You've also got the ladders on each one as well. So I like these a lot, and I'm looking forward to getting more of them, like I said before, in particular on the Urban District urban map that I've got. Now, these aren't all of the boxes. This is just a selection of the ones that I've built. I think you get about 15 at varying heights as well. So, for example, them ones, you know, barricade size with the Space Marines. Them ones probably close to line of sight blocking, especially for smaller minis. But you know, you can kind of stack them how you feel, and you know, you get the idea. But again, detail on them, very, very nice as well, leaving all the embossed edges in there as well. So again, they're going to look really nice painted up with plenty of detail on as well. Jumping back to the laser fences, and this is the generator. You get 2 of these. This is quite easy to put together. Obviously, it is quite a number of pieces, but I do love how, you know, you've kind of got the steps and then you've got the ridges going round. This bit I want to be careful with because I haven't quite gotten mine together yet. There we go, as you can see it's fell apart already. Trying to get all of the pieces in there and then the same piece on the top. There you go. It is a bit of a nightmare. To be honest, that is the only criticism I've got. I think what I'm probably going to need to do is file out these bigger pieces up the top here, the holes in the centre for the acrylic to slot in, and once the pieces are painted, is then probably glue the acrylic in. The only concern I have about gluing them in is the frosting on the super glue, so I may have to use PVA or a smidge of hot glue. But yeah, when that goes in there, it slots in at an angle, you know, you can remove it, and it just looks fantastic. I mean, it's such simply made, but looks the absolute part when it's together properly. So yeah, I've got 2 of those as well. We've then got this control tower. Obviously it is quite large, it's the height of 3 of the larger storage boxes that you've seen, but again, the detail on it, you know, these shutters on here, on the side panels, on the ladders, you know, the detail and just the laser marking on it is just top notch, and I love the shape of it. It's very industrial, like kind of industrial, colonized type feel. I believe that they do a full range of buildings and everything in this style. So it would be really, really handy actually having a number of these. I think it would, you know, not quite the cardboard terrain from Necromunda, but, you know, paint this up well and get quite a few pieces kind of, you know, tucked up in the corner, and it's gonna look phenomenal. So yeah, I really like this a lot actually, and I think I'll probably purchase some more, as I think a few more pieces of bits of terrain like this is going to look really effective. I mean, even on grass mats and everything, you know, it's going to look like an industrial settlement, very kind of Mass Effect. That's the kind of vibe I get from it. So again, I really like this, and you know, it's quite big. It's you put a tank behind it, it's going to get its cover save. You know, the Marines, I don't think you can quite get them in, but yeah, what can I say? You know, the detail is great, and I'm really looking forward to getting that painted up as well. The final piece that I've gotten from Systema Gaming is this helipad. Now, like I said before, it's not big enough to be a sky shield, but it's still a good size. And you know, even if it's sort of plunked down, it's still line of sight blocking for infantry height models to have to move around it. You know, place an objective on it in the middle of the table. But you know, you've got all this attention to detail, which I absolutely love. You've got all the squares, the arrows, and everything that's on it, even down to the steps, the wheels on the doors, and even the doors have been kind of engraved in there as well, and each one of them is numbered as well. So I'm really excited about this terrain. It's really going to help us improve my battle reports. So I would like to say a massive thank you to Systema Gaming for sending these across to us. Please check out the website, because the cost of the terrain for what you get is quite minimal. The cost is quite minimal, but the quality of the terrain is absolutely fantastic, and I would definitely recommend this terrain to anybody who's interested in, you know, a more industrial type, Necromunda type feel to the terrain pieces. The range that they've got is massive. It all interlocks with each other, and there's some quite large kits that they do if you want to cover, you know, a board with it quite quickly. So yeah, like I said, thank you very much Systema Gaming for sending this over to me. It's going to be put to great use, and when it's painted up, I'll be sure to get it in a couple of battle reports. So thanks very much for watching this product review video, and we'll catch you next time.